Hi, this is a review of the new Manker E14II. It's a lovely looking little light. Look at that great slug of copper there. It looks really compact and it feels compact. Now, anybody seeing this light may think, hey, I've seen another light that has a big copper head on the front. You know, and you'd be right. You know, there is of course this one here. This is called the S41, and you think that the S41 would be vastly bigger because it looks like it should be, but in reality, actually, they're quite similar sized, and they both use a very similar quad optic setup. So that's enough of the comparison. Let's actually look at the Manker. So this one is running 4 XP-G3, although you can option it with the Nisha 219C. I say it's a really nice feeling little flashlight. It tail stands absolutely superbly. You know, it's got a nice big tail cap on the end there. It's got a wonderful deep carry pocket clip. It's just something I really love, the fact that you can actually get the flashlight right down in the pocket properly, with the clip coming all the way to the end of the light. The machining on it is lovely, on the copper and the aluminium, and the anodizing is good. Just take the tail cap off. So we've got nicely cut threads on there. They came well lubed. I found batteries, some of them are a bit tight. I generally run Samsung 25R and 30Q. Both of these fit absolutely fine. I'll be honest, I do have some protected ICR batteries which seem to be just a little bit too fat, and also anything with a button on the front seems to just be a little bit too long, that you can't actually get it to engage the tail cap properly. So you probably want to have a flat top battery for this. I don't think it's a major problem. You know, plenty of batteries come like this, and I'd always recommend something like the Samsung 30Q. With a light like this with 4 LEDs, you're going to want a good battery anyhow. So as you can see, the big difference of this from the S41 is the fact that we've got this lovely little side switch on here. I don't know if you can get the camera to look down the inside there, but I'm not going to try and take it apart. I'm sure there'll be some keen modders that will, but you can see that you've got the switch assembly there and the contact for the battery. So sadly, there were no instructions included with this light from Manker. I don't know if that will be the case for the full production version, or quite what's happening there. It came packaged in well, it came well packaged in this cardboard box with inserts, so the light was very well protected. It came with the pocket clip. I've got a lanyard and a spare O-ring, but there's no branding on the box at all, so there's nothing to tell me what the modes are, the UI, or the output. But I'm sure all that information will be provided by Manker in due course. However, to be honest, you know, it's a pretty easy flashlight to use. So we've got the battery in, it's all ready to go. Single click turns it on, and you've got a nice low output. In this light, it does look really low. I would say it's not quite a moonlight, but it's getting close to it. It is quite a nice low output. Another click goes up a mode, and again, and that's sort of high output, and then we'll start going back down. It's quite a simple UI to use, and a click and hold will turn the light off. When you've got the light on, there is a hidden turbo mode. If you double click, and you can see how bright this is, it's making the camera go a bit crazy. This will start and heat up now, especially if you've got a good battery, and this is why I say you want to run this sort of light with a good battery. I've had my multimeter on here, and on turbo mode with the 30Q, it's pulling well over 7.5 amps easy, and that probably wasn't even a fully charged cell. So you know, we're talking probably 8 amp potential. You're going to want a good battery. Even batteries that say they're rated for 10 amps, that's normally only burst capacity rather than something to be able to sustain it. On the low mode, actually this pulls about 1.7 amps, I think I measured. So not on the low mode, on the high mode. So it's a big difference between high and turbo. And you can see the difference when you go outside, and it's nice that you can access turbo from any output. Also from turbo there are some additional blinky modes which you can get to. via the double click. Don't really have much use for those myself, but they're there if you need them. I would say the beam is really good. You know, the quad optic is giving it a lovely big hotspot. Certainly more of a floody beam than a throwy one. But on that turbo mode, you've got so many lumens being pumped out that actually the beam distance is pretty good. I don't have any complaints on the light. The only thing I've had, and I don't know whether I'm the only person on this, is I have found the electronic switch a little bit, I don't know, challenging at times perhaps. There's nothing wrong with the switch itself in terms of feel, but occasionally I find it doesn't want to react and you end up clicking away. So it doesn't always want to turn off. It probably won't do it on the video. It didn't do it when I first got the light. It was only after using it for about a week that I sort of noticed it started doing this. I haven't contacted Manker. I'm sure they'd probably be very good about it if I did. You know, it's just one of those things. I can live with it, but very occasionally you go to do something and you'll end up clicking the button and it just won't seem to react quite how you think it will, and then suddenly it will clear itself. So I don't know if it's a mechanical issue with the switch or whether it's actually part of the electronics. But again, you know, minor grumble, and it really is minor. It is genuinely a very, very nice light. You know, to have this much power in such a compact size and such a nice beam, it really is a good light. And because it's quite floody, it means that actually if you want to read a book or look at a map, you know, when you're in one of the lower outputs, it's a really good beam for that. Because you've got this lovely large hotspot. You know, I've got another torch here, which it's just lower the output down on it, and you can sort of see totally different size of hotspot. You know, this is what you're going to get for more of a regular sort of torch, and the quad LED setup does give you that lovely floody beam, which is ideal for sort of certain tasks. And then you've got that turbo mode, which just lights up everything in front of it. And the copper, I say, you know, it adds a bit of heft and a bit of weight to it, but it's actually a really nicely balanced light, and it feels really good in the hand. When you've got it in your pocket, you don't really notice the extra weight. I think it's a lovely light, and I hope that it proves to be a success it deserves to be for them. I have got some night shots for this as well. I'll insert those into the video so that you can see what it looks like outside. Thank you.